I am Dr. Celine Hilda Mary, Assistant Professor in Biochemistry Department, St. Joseph's College, Kadalur. I am going to talk about the protein calorie malnutrition. Protein calorie malnutrition is otherwise known as the protein energy malnutrition. That is, it is a nutritional disorder where the amount of nutrients taken are less than body requirement. That is characterized by weight loss, edema, and retarded growth. That is, in some rural areas, the children may not be provided with the normal amount of the nutrients such as proteins and carbohydrates. That may lead to the muscle wasting and retardation of the growth, which is known as the protein calorie malnutrition. These are the main causes of the protein calorie malnutrition. That is worm infestation, infection, bad traditional practices, failure to increase the amount of food, lack of knowledge. In case of the worm infestation, these compete with the child for the nutrients present in the food. So the child may not get the normal amount of the nutrients available in the food. So the metabolical activity may be affected. That in turn leads to the PCM. And in case of the infections, when a child has an infection, it becomes febrile and burn up extra calories, and a lot of proteins are used to fight off infections. So this coupled with the anorexia, that also leads to the PCM. And bad traditional practices. In some traditional practices where children are disadvantaged during meals by feeding the bones while adults retain the meat, that may also lead to the malnutrition. The another cause of the PCM is failure to increase the amount of food. That is, the children may not be provided with the sufficient amount of the nutrients as they are growing, and that is after the age of the 6 months, the infants must be supplied with the extra nutrients along with the mother's milk. If they won't supplied, that leads to the muscle wasting, that is which leads to the protein calorie malnutrition. And another cause is the lack of knowledge. In this case, the overcooking of the food may also lead to the subsequent loss of the nutrients. At that time also they won't get the sufficient amount of the nutrients. That also leads to the PCM. Next one is the types of malnutrition. These are the types of malnutrition: marasmus, kwashiorkor, marasmic kwashiorkor, and obesity. First we will see about the marasmus. It is a severe form of protein energy malnutrition which occurs in children due to inadequate intake of the primary carbohydrates. However, there may also be an inadequate proteins and fats intake, and it is characterized by severe weight loss and stunted growth. Marasmus usually develops between the age of 6 months and 1 year in children who have been weaned from breast milk or who suffer from the weakening conditions such as from the chronic HIV and AIDS. This slide shows the difference between the normal child and the marasmus child. This child is present in the marasmic condition. After the treatment, the same child is becomes like this. That is, which becomes the normal child. This slide shows the severe marasmic condition of the child. Next, we will see about the pathophysiology of the marasmus. The inadequate intake of the carbohydrates leads to reduced available nutrients to the body tissues. As a result, the body starts adjusting metabolical condition by secreting the low amount of the hormones. By doing it, the most efficient use of the available resources is utilized by the body. This condition is adjusted by the following process. That is, our body starts to secrete the low amount of the thyroxine. As a result, the metabolical activity is reduced so that less amount of energy is required. And next, our body produces the insulin, which in turn reduces the blood sugar level, that is, which helps to maintain the blood sugar level in the normal condition. And another condition is, as a result of the growth, this growth retardation takes place as a result of the less energy, less metabolic activity. And so in order to meet the energy demand, the body starts to break down the fats and muscle tissues to generate energy, so that the essential metabolic activities are kept going despite the inadequate carbohydrate intake. This accounts for the severe wasting seen in marasmic child. Due to the utilization of the normal resources in the marasmic condition, the proteins, glucose and amino acid may be maintained in the normal level. Next one is the signs and symptoms of the marasmus. Severe wasting is occurs due to the decomposition of the fat and the muscles, that is tissues, and also skin is thin, flaccid, dry and wrinkled and seems to be too big for the body, that is baggy pants occurs. Child has good appetite even though emaciated. The child looks alert and may cry at the sight of food. The serum proteins are normal. Child may also have diarrhea due to infection and impaired absorption. There is a growth retardation also takes place due to the low intake of the carbohydrate. There may be a superficial foamy spots also occurs in the conjunctiva, that is Peytard spot is usually occurs due to the vitamin A deficiency. Next we will see about the diagnosis. This is normally made by clinically. Serum protein level may be normal in the marasmic condition. Blood urea and electrolytic imbalance will occur. Blood glucose must be done in order to rule out the hypoglycemic condition. Blood should be estimated for the hemoglobin in order to diagnose the anemic condition. Blood culture is done in order to diagnose the bacterial infection in the blood. X-ray may be done due to rule the pneumonia conditions. Next type of the protein calorie malnutrition is kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor is the condition in which the protein deficiency is occurs after 12 months of the age, that is due to the low intake or inadequate supply of the proteins leads to the severe protein malnutrition condition, that is known as the kwashiorkor. This condition usually appears at the age of 12 months when breastfeeding is discontinued, but it can be developed at any time during a child's formative years. This slide shows the severe kwashiorkor condition of the child. This slide shows the pathophysiology of kwashiorkor. Insufficient intake of protein will lead to poor tissue replacement and development. As a result, the reduced protein synthesis as well as the digestive enzymes and plasma protein will take place. Due to the lack of digestive enzymes, the GIT tract upset, atrophy of mucosa lining and intestinal villi occurs, which leads to the reduced absorption of the nutrients. This will culminate in malabsorption leading to diarrhea, and also edema is occurs in the feet, and the child has apathy and is anorexia due to inadequate food intake and impaired gastrointestinal mucosa respectively. Child has moon-shaped face and hair becomes dry, thin, sparsely distributed, brownish red and easily pulled out due to the lack of the protein, which is essential for the formation of hair. There is hyperpigmentation of the skin with patches are also occurs. The temperature may be normal in this condition, but sometimes hypothermic condition is occurs due to infection and also due to low immunity and reduced metabolic rate. Distended abdomen also seen. Diagnosis. The same diagnosis can be followed like in case of the marasmic condition, but here the serum protein may be present in the low level, but in marasmus the serum protein is present in the normal level. Here the urea as well as the electrolytic imbalance also occurs. Here also we have to diagnose the blood glucose in order to diagnose the hypothermia. Blood hemoglobin level must be estimated in order to diagnose the anemic condition, and blood culture to rule out presence of bacterial infection in the blood can be done. X-ray may be done to rule out the pneumonia. Next one is the marasmic kwashiorkor. This is the condition, both the symptoms of the marasmus as well as the kwashiorkor is seen. That is known as the marasmic kwashiorkor. Next, we will see about the dietary supplements. The dietary supplements mainly we have to supply the iron as well as the folate, because in the protein calorie malnutrition the iron as well as the folate is highly reduced. So at the time of admission we have to supply the folic acid, initial dose of 5 mg followed by 1 mg daily. And next we have to supply the iron, that is 3 mg per kg body weight, which should be supplied in 3 doses. Iron should not be given during the initial phase because it can overwhelm the body as it is reductive adaptation phase. Prevention, encouraging the breastfeeding, that is we have to encourage the breastfeeding up to 2 years, and we have to avoid the bottle feeding if possible to prevent diarrhea and thereby preventing malnutrition. Weaning should be done gradually as a breast milk becomes inadequate. Introduce a food to prevent inadequate intake, which may lead to malnutrition. The mothers must be taught how to prepare the nutritious diet using locally available food to prevent malnutrition. Next, we will see about the difference between kwashiorkor and the marasmus. As we know that kwashiorkor is occurs due to the lack of the protein, the marasmus is occurs due to the lack of the carbohydrates. And next case, skin changes. Skin hyperpigmentation is seen in case of the kwashiorkor, but in the marasmus there is no hyperpigmentation is formed. Instead, wrinkled and dry skin may appears. In the presence of the edema, edema is always seen in case of the kwashiorkor, but marasmus there is no edema is formed. In the kwashiorkor, moon-shaped face occurs, but in the marasmus, little old vein appearance occurs. Interest towards the environment is inactive apathy in case of the kwashiorkor, but in marasmus the child may mostly alert and active. Appetite is absent in case of the kwashiorkor, but in the marasmus may have good appetite. Hair changes, sparsely distributed, appear reddish brown, easily fall in case of the kwashiorkor, but no significant changes occur in case of the marasmus. That's all about the protein calorie malnutrition. Thank you.